Test. 1, 2.
Starts tonight, Alex. I need your help.
All right. There we go. We're live. All right. Desktop audio. Let's go properties because right now it's not. Hopefully don't blow us out. All right.
Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest. I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking you when I can. Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favor. If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact. It's on your right.
Of Just the Job, followed at 10 p.m. by a chance to see the very last episode of Just the Job.
So what?
At
How's it
10:45,
doing?
Dr.
How should
Adrian
I know?
Atkinson-Blimey will be attempting to learn the xylophone in Incisors, and that's immediately followed by the latest episode of our travelogue across the territories at 11:30, where tonight Jenny Domina will be looking at the old labour camps of the former Urkistan and how they've been converted into luxury holiday camps for the territory's family breaks. The Territory Weather Report takes us into the daily advanced briefing before we spend the night showing you a series of random pages from Terratext, accompanied by offensively inoffensive music.
4,
But first,
3.
it's over to the newsroom for tonight's National Nightly News.
Good evening, this is the National Nightly News. Good evening, this is the National Nightly News, broadcasting across the territories. My name, Night. Future legend. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted multiple attacks across the territories. During the coordinated action, subsequently dubbed the Night of Fire, emergency services were kept busy at the agricultural centres, while a series of covert attacks were carried out freeing political prisoners, including former newsman Jeremy Donaldson. The disgraced former journalist was obviously considered a high-value target by Disrupt, who had often championed him as a possible new voice for their cause. We encourage you to turn yourself into the CCOs, Jeremy, if you can, wherever you are right now. Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14 today, Advance confirmed that the programme is now in full operation, providing free food for every citizen of the new future. What started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened world. Jack Tractorpants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Rankley or the culinary skills of a professional footballer. If I were a rich man, problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150% bonuses, private jets and mandatory grovelling zones. In an annoying show of petulance, the former elites drove their luxury vehicles at 10 miles per hour up and down the motorways of their respective territories. The coordinated protest of elites inconvenienced several 100,000 of their employees. Any dream will do. Oddball Disrupt spokesman Alan James today set out Disrupt's vision for what he calls a return to free society. However, the problematic provocateur avoided answering any questions on the movement's increasingly sinister tactics. This image, captured on a long lens by journalists working at the Daily Scandal, shows a clandestine meeting between former Prime Minister Jacob Hamilton Mann and Ivan Hodovich, formerly of Urkestan, thought killed on Liberation Night. Is this part of Disrupt's secretive leadership? Mr. James refused to comment. Three of our favourite stories come to an end this evening. First, water conundrum. When rains flooded the former Moves shaft, now amusement park, many thought the deaths of hundreds of visitors would have finally brought an end to the cursed project. But Sophia Remington remained undaunted, as has been typical of her time at the top. Rebranding as Sophia's Moist Splash Palace, the world's wettest water park has been an overwhelming success and was this year's most popular family fun day. Shares in Remington's Fist have soared, bringing a happy and prosperous end to this story for the daring CEO and her unpredictable moves. Fun guy. Unexpected news today as two familiar scientists announced the birth of an extraordinary child. The underground struggle of doctors David Wong and Ingrid Sporsborg-Horgensward captured the hearts of people around the world. And after an arduous return voyage, which took over a year, the couple say they've never been happier. Baby Dante is said to be healthy, if a bit partial to the airing cupboard. Full time. The sporting world mourned the loss of a former hero today at the funeral of footballing star Johnny Handsleeves. Dogged by controversy throughout his life, the troubled striker's behaviour became more and more erratic in recent years. His tragic and avoidable death at the age of just 29 will come as a blow to his literally tens of fans around the world. All that, plus we'll be taking a trip down New Parks for the notice board, as well as getting a sneak peek at the hottest ticket in town. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News. But first, 500 days after the loss of a fine leader and a great man, the start of tonight's programme is dedicated to remembering and celebrating the life of Peter Clement. Patrick Bannon is live from Parliament Park, where Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a memorial garden in Peter's honour. Patrick.
Listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick,
I don't know what I'm going to do.
we're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they? Because
Patrick?
they were, and I don't mind saying it. They were. Because he held her back. But now there's no stopping
Hello,
her.
Patrick, we're
Of
live.
course, can't say that, can I, Francis?
Hello, Patrick,
No,
we're
no,
live.
not with public ownership. No, with public ownership, you can't say anything these days. She's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide. Hello, Megan, you join me here live from the what? Hello, Megan, you join me here live from the what? Oh.
Well, we will be going live to that groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back. Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the memorial gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, okay, all right, it seems like we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you. I'm Megan. Patrick Bannon, and we are indeed live. Here. Apologies for the technical
Oh dear. I'll be right back.
difficulties there, but any moment now, Julia Salisbury will step out on stage behind
Alex, Bozeman here. The boys in editing have just informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut together yet. You're going to have to do it on the fly. For goodness sake, make sure you make it look good.
slowly gathering since this afternoon.
This is Alan. You can undermine them here and help us win hearts and minds. Make him look bad, Alex. Really bad.
And it seems like the ceremony is getting underway. Here is Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, the picture of elegance, to begin her address.
Good evening, fellow teammates and friends. 500 days ago, all of our lives changed irrevocably. Still reeling from the triumphs and tribulations of Liberation Night, another great loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working-class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television. First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later Late Night Chat Show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these united territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5 million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night, he wasn't the man we loved. But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit and wisdom of a life lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago. A moment before I was supposed to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually. Only I'd spilled coffee all down myself. And I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked. And from behind me, I heard, "Christ, Pat, you've either pissed your pants or sprung a leak, but either way, you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate, sensitive, a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man. This glorious dinner of ours, so beautiful and new, this
Maybe you could edit more in our favour next time. Things are about to get started. We have another chance to control the impression the public gets. You'll know when, Alex.
the future he forged, the boundaries he pushed, the boundaries he pushed. To me, he'll always be the man in his pants, cheering on a stranger at the back of the conference. It is my great honour to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Shall we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Now, Alex, control the message.
I'm not leaving, I can't. Don't panic. You're hurting me. Stop. You're gonna be okay. Stop. You're gonna be okay. Okay. Stop resisting. You're sore. Not resisting. I give you an order. You will damn well follow it. Do you understand?
You have the right to be here.
Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Medics are coming.
I'm from National Nightly News.
You consider this payback. Salisbury's still here. Salisbury's still here.
We're going to request authorization. Send phones requested.
On the murder of more than 10 million people. As this demands a response.
Haven't you done enough? Haven't you done enough? Look around you. This is what your precious freedom looks like, is it? Lower your weapons! Location secure. I said, lower your weapons now! Send to post authorization whilst I'm going on.
We gonna come on! We gonna come on!
Will you turn that off, please, sir?
Turn that off. I said turn it off.
Turn that off.
I said turn it off.
Shocking scenes from the capital there exclusively on the National Nightly News, and our apologies to any of our viewers who might have found some of these events upsetting. But at the National Nightly News, we believe in bringing you the raw, unedited truth as it happens. And we make no apologies for that. We'll update you on the latest from this disruptive attack later in the programme, but when we come back, it's time for happier pursuits. And you know what that means by now. Don't go away. We'll be back after this. We'll be back after this. Does anyone know if everyone's safe? Are the crew okay?
That didn't go so well, Alex. But we can turn it around in the next segment.
I got a special going out of business, closed, for business deal. I was eating out the other day. I say eating
There's
out,
a revolution
down an alley,
happening
in a
outside.
dumpster, but that doesn't matter. I found forks. They've already been used once. I've licked them clean.
We get set to the next sequence.
Too. Buy a fork, get a knife. Get a knife, buy a fork. Forks, knives. We don't have spoons. It's Crazy Neil with another steal of the deal. We got sticks. We got sticks that do tricks. We got an evil child. This is my young niece, Felicia. Small, nimble, agile. She can get through a dog flap, cat flap, rabbit flap, rat trap, mouse trap. All you gotta do is feed her once a day. She'll eat anything. Scrap, food off your plate, food out the bin, dog food. This is a steal of a deal. To have a family member stealing for you by Crazy Neil. We got sticks. Buy our sticks. Buy our motherfucking sticks. We've got empty toilet rolls. Some are crushed, some are squashed, some are ripped up, some aren't even cardboard. Some of them are just grit in a bag.
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know. Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the air for at least 5 seconds. Our operatives will do the rest.
Come on down. It's Crazy Neil.
Megan, this is your new makeup artist, Craig.
No. What?
No. I have a crazy
10 seconds, everybody.
Crazy Neil going out of business deal of a deal.
Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolf. Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature, The Notice Board. But before we do, let's chat with Philippa Radon. Tell me, why do you think the public love the Notice Board so much?
It's real. There, I said it.
it connects with people. You know, people look at us and they say those are real people struggling with real problems.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my PA secretary as I got out the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely.
People like you.
Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Yes, well, I think it's really good that our screens are filled with such relatable stories. So, the notice board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
It's a combination of so many things. My hard work, my talent, my look.
Wow, you really have a lot to thank you for.
Hey.
You have a lot to thank you.
You're welcome.
We've just heard our man's on camera for.
I have a real sense of responsibility.
Get back to the interview, Alex.
I've been entrusted with something precious, and that I should use that platform for good.
I think that's really important, that we should use this platform to do good in the world.
That's exactly it. So I've decided to help as many...
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
Better access to education, or reducing child poverty.
Oh, no, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on.
Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted?
We're well into the double figures now, Megan. I stopped counting in the late 30s.
That is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
You really are some sort of hero.
Hey, I live a privileged life. What can I say? I mean, any child I can take on is a child rescued from suffering.
Oh, children? Were their lives really that bad before?
Oh, they're Normans, I presume so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's shocking to think actually that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent.
I'd never thought of it that way.
And I'm doing everything I can to fix those numbers.
What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable?
Well, it's mainly shame and panic interspersed with expensive bottled water, so actually if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
That I can relate to. Right, better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radin sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. Clearly, not everyone else agrees, but that's enough from me. Let's go now over to Dangly Parts for the final ever episode of the Notice Board.
What a day! First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do. Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Is all this?
Freeze,
Oh, Laura, it's you. I thought for a moment you were a knife-wielding mother or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course, keep forgetting that thanks to you and your colleagues, violence on our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know, it's a disgrace.
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will start the pincer movement. We might just pull this off. Push forwards! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
Ha!
It looks
They don't call me the Right Reverend. Ripped for no reason.
You missed it.
It's no good.
It looks like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, a young CCO, will be able to.
Oh, you're fucking us, Alex.
Looks like all those Lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me.
It's not enough. They won't go. Fall back!
To lift this.
All right.
That didn't go so well, Alex. But we can turn it around in the next segment.
We got an evil child. This is my young niece, Felicia. Small, nimble, agile. She can get through a dog flat, cat flat, rabbit flat, rat trap, mouse trap. All you gotta do is feed her once a day. She'll eat anything. Scraps, food off your plate, food out the bin, dog food. This is a steal of a deal. To have a family member stealing for you. My crazy deal. We got sticks. Buy our sticks. Buy our motherfucking sticks. We've got empty toilet rolls. Some are crushed, some are squashed, some are ripped up, some aren't even cardboard. Some of them are just grit in a bag.
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know. Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the air for at least 5 seconds. Our operatives will do the rest.
Megan, this is your new makeup artist, Craig.
No. What? No.
10 seconds, everybody.
Sorry, Craig. It's a no.
Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolfe. Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature, The Notice Board. But before we do, let's chat with Philippa Rayden. Tell me, why do you think the public love The Notice Board so much?
It's real. There, I said it. It connects with people. You know, people look at us and they say, those are real people struggling with real problems.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my PA secretary as I got out the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely. Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Yes, well, I think it's really good that our screens are filled with such relatable stories. So, The Notice Board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
It's a combination of so many things. My hard work, my talent, my look.
Wow, you really have a lot to thank you for.
Hey. You're welcome.
Well, since the show's done so well,
man's on camera
for you?
I have a real sense of responsibility now. You know, a sense I've been entrusted with.
Get back to the interview, Alex.
And that I should use that platform for good.
Yeah, I think that's really important, that we should use this platform to do good in the world. I agree.
That's exactly it. So I've decided to help as many underprivileged children.
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
How are you doing that? Is that better access to education, or reducing child poverty?
No, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on.
Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted?
Oh, we're well into the double figures now, Megan. I stopped counting in the late 30s.
Goodness, that is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
Oh, you really are some sort of hero.
Hey, I live a privileged life. What can I say? I mean, any child I can take on is a child rescued from suffering.
Poor children. Were their lives really that bad before?
Oh, they're Normans, I presume so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's shocking to think, actually, that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent.
I'd never thought of it that way before.
And I'm doing everything I can to fix those numbers.
What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable, then?
Well, it's mainly shame and panic interspersed with expensive bottled water, so actually, if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
Now that I can relate to. Right, you better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Rayden sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. Clearly, not everyone else agrees, but that's enough from me. Let's go now over to Dangly Parks for the final ever episode of The Notice Board.
a day! First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do. Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, Laura, it's you. I thought for a moment you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course. Keep forgetting that thanks to you and your colleagues, violence on our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know! It's a disgrace. Somebody has defaced our notice board
Give
with
us
a
3 balls in a row, Alex. That will start the pencil movement. I might just pull this off. Push forward! 3 balls, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
Ha! They don't call me the Right Reverend. Ripped for no reason.
Yes!
It's no good.
It looks like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, a young CCO, will be able to move it.
2 for 2. Fantastic.
Looks like all those lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me, a strong and capable woman.
Alex.
Surely there's no one alive strong enough to lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town? Hi-ya!
Well done, Captain Evans. You're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferret struck again last night. When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-licked.
My God!
Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry, we won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature. But really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village fete. Or my name's not Captain Danger Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout!
It's the morning of the village fete, thanks to theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team setting up for a show that will be far too expensive for live television.
I'm going to set up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then, I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donuts.
That damn ferret has struck again.
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the fete.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you! The vicar!
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
But how did you know?
Well, my first clue was the smell.
Yes, I do smell of urine.
Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
Or perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Which brings me on to my third clue. The vicar said that he had no more room for jam.
Almost as if he'd had his fill.
Precisely.
But you managed to figure it all out from that?
Well, I also found this at the scene.
That proves nothing. No!
Get him out of here, officer!
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him out.
Hey, come on. Let's go and have a party in my massive garden. I am doing well.
Thanks to you, we're all doing well. Well, that was it. The final ever episode of the Notice Board. And what a way to end it. Thank you as always to Jeff, Philippa and Tommy. After the break, we'll be both dancing and learning. So don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
That's the ads. Well done, everybody.
Wow! What a brilliant run, eh? After party at my place, eh? Yeah?
What advert is this, Alex? I don't remember passing it for broadcast. I think you made a mistake there.
What kind of sausage? Hey, you!
Seen me on the news.
You come to the after party?
Advance and how progressive their policies are.
Oh,
Well, I was wrong. And I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry.
One last push, Alex. We're closing in. One of the guests in the last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right, the final orders will be given. You'll get 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right, and we're going to win this thing. It's happening, Alex. Tonight we take it back.
I always envied my friends who had so much more. Over the years, my jealousy grew. So when Advance came to power, I didn't think about the damage they would do. I acted selfishly. I was glad to see the rich punished. I didn't see how backwards Advance were. I didn't understand that rather than tearing down the wealth creators, we should have been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table. Under Advance, the country is poor. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by Advance's naive policies.
Please, Sarah, anything.
Sorry, Mum, I'm really not supposed to say.
Are we safe?
Hi, I'm Maddie. Jenny just said to ask if you need a touch-up.
I have
Did
poured
she?
myself out to the media to defend.
That's my shade, is it?
Yeah.
This is my shade?
My parents. I see that now. Mum. Dad.
You can run back to Jenny now.
Our only hope.
Sorry about that, Sarah. Nothing you can tell me. At all, like at all.
They've said no one's died, that's all I can say.
10 seconds.
What's wrong with you?
She is in tears.
Ugh.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Patrick Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking Disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Notaries.
Hello? Doctor? Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning, and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs. We do charitable deeds. But the flowers of a happy life are now beset by weeds.
I'm home.
Oh, darling John. Oh, dearest John. There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Wong, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump.
You poor unlucky chump. Is it cancer?
Worse of John. Having a baby.
How can this be?
Oh, woe is me.
Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of
Safety in our tiny flat. We built a peaceful habitat. Now our lives are fucked. We're having a baby. Now you can't have any wine at the club.
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree.
And forget about that holiday in Territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30. In fact, you're never going to get a good night's sleep again. No more snap decisions to go on to a club. You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub. Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian charms?
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
Now when I take a sick day at home,
The parasite won't leave you alone.
he's wrong.
We're our top priority.
I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life. No one wails and no one blows. No one draws things on the walls.
A happy husband.
A wonderful wife. We got a childless life. We're having a baby. We're having a baby. Changing nappies daily. We're having a baby. No more weekends by the coast. Now your kid is uppermost. It's more than a passing craze to have childless days.
We're having a baby.
Food and drink thrown everywhere. Death trap toys on the top of the stairs. Every parent prays to have childless babies.
We're having a baby.
No more spas and no more. We're having a baby. 18 years on bills and leaves. Time for a whole new phase. These
We're having a
childless
baby.
days. One more thing before the show begins. Have you considered that you might be having twins?
Amazing. The Novaries there, treating us to their opening number from Elegy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the Capital Theatre District, and will be touring the territories later this year. Right then, come on you lot, come on down, let's go, don't be shy.
Hello. Hi, Megan. It's an honour to be here.
Oh really, are you fans of the show?
Yes.
Used to be. Well, listen, let's get stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
With matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me, I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack.
Jim Blunt. Pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boren Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Sapley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible. And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? With your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times?
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it.
And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples. You know, in real life as well as in the show.
Well, not exactly.
I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack, Jen Janet, Jill Jen, Janet Jill.
What about John?
Well, my character was originally just called Man 1.
It was allegorical.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing.
And gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh, God, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Wembley Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful. No singing.
This piece isn't peaceful.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
It's about children. And why you shouldn't have them.
In a way, I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well, about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible problem.
Terrible problem.
Having children.
You understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
This isn't about me.
Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives, and there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
Very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one.
Because you're the youngest, we know. It's our badge of honour, Janet.
Janet, please, Jennifer. Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Jack. Got your back.
So could you just tell us what is the play about? What happens in it?
Well,
go ahead.
It's a tragedy, obviously. Jennifer, myself, and John have their child, and then the story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
And there's lots of singing.
And dancing.
A lot.
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising at the age of 22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more, though. I've probably said too much already.
Let's not spoil the second half for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you. For too long, we've been told that a life without children is somehow incomplete, that children are a blessing. Well, I've done the research, and they're not. Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, when I was 14, before I had come out, I had an experience with a girl called Julia Jacobs. She was an experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to dip my toes into the...
Fascinating. Well, thank you all so much. I can't hit you in the aisles for many performances to come. The ovaries there. And I am pleased to say we can now go back. Okay. On you go to go.
Patrick. You okay? Thank you, Megan. This is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack tonight this evening. An attack which I myself have been found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive me if I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave, no. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here. Or Palisades. Or lemonade. Right. So, is the situation... Now, are we safe?
Yes, the security services performed their duties without hesitation. And I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about the Sorry, did you say no deaths?
That's right. No civilian deaths. Just the 4 disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement who were, as always, so cohesive. If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Oh, of course. The camera's there. Speak there, on the camera there.
Stay at home tonight. Do not become another casualty of war. Disrupt have had their moment, but as the dear departed Peter Clements once famously said, it ends today.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for those strong words of strength. Back to the studio, studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting from the front line of tonight's horrifying... Maybe you need to get checked out, Patrick. Brings us to the end of tonight's National Night News. But before we go, throughout the programme tonight, we've been receiving reports of disrupt activities throughout the territories. Through a series of coordinated attacks, these terrorists are attempting to undermine Advance's vital work. However, sources at team headquarters have told us that this acid revolution was not only predicted, but allowed to happen. Our government have lured Disrupt out from the shadows, and they are not the overwhelming force they would have you believe. The military have been actioned, and, well, it's pretty scary out there tonight, so stay at home and stay with Channel 1, because the team has assured this programme that the conflict will soon be over, and we can once again focus our minds on building a new future with equality, fairness, and resilience for all. My name is Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
Damn it, Alex. Tonight is the beginning of the fall of Advance. Vice Jack, down the clock. Charges reached, sir. Permission to detonate. Permission granted, old friend. We are going to detonate. Look out your window, Alex. See what you helped make happen. He's coming down.
schedule for tonight? Nothing major to report? Certainly isn't anything you can't handle. Still, at least my daughter's in for Advance's new initiative. That should liven things up a bit here. Keep up the good work.
A rundown of the top-selling songs across the territories. Expect catchy tunes and scenes of an inappropriately sexual nature. Not one to miss. At 10 p.m, it's time for Julia's Diary, where the ever-popular Prime Minister reads extracts from her diary in front of a warm fire. Then, at 10:30, it's the latest episode of our drama series, Betterment, which tells the inspirational story of Emily Dennisworth and the brave doctors and technicians struggling to help her shed her old habits and adjust to the new future. Strong language and themes of selfishness there, so not one for the kids. Incisors is at 11:15, and Dr. Adrian Atkinson-Blimey will be looking back on Liberation Day by talking to several eyewitnesses and asking, how did it all go so right? That's followed by the Territory Weather Report, Advanced Briefing, and pages from Terratext, now featuring up to 16 simultaneous colours. What a time to be alive. But first, time to put on your thinking glasses as we go over to Megan and the team at the NNN.
Good evening and welcome to the NNN. Good evening and welcome to the NNN. I'm Megan Wolf. And well, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day. Well, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day here at Channel 1. So I'm joined tonight by my foster daughter, Stacey. Say hello, Stacey. All right then. Here are the stories that matter to you. Here are the stories that matter to you. First up, with Advance confirming that the nuclear fallout from the 20-week war is to blame for the drop in birth rates across the territories, we asked you what keeps you going. I know that I for one was quite deflated when I heard about this, but reading all your submissions has really put the smile back on my face. This is from Drew in Humbersett. To take our minds off things, me and my partner have been building this house for our hamster. It really does distract us from thinking about the 85%. So next week we're building Nibbles, a tiny conservatory, a loft conversion, and
Thank you for that. And if you've started a new hobby,
do write in and tell us about it. Next up, you know how we love your uncanny, comestible coincidences. And I don't know about you, but I think this one really takes the biscuit. Not sure what I'm more impressed by, Stacey. The things our viewers spot are the unbelievable way our menu centres are now able to feed every team member every single day. Catherine from Berkeldown sent us this, saying, I couldn't help but spot the face of poor departed Peter Clement in my fourth lager this morning. I'm not sure if I see it, Catherine, but then again, I'm only on my third. Do keep those coming in. We've just got time for one more of your stories. This one is an inspiring story of rehabilitation. Tell us who it's from. That's it, just and then read it out. Tell us who it's from. Yeah, and then read it out. Okay. Apparently, Sherry Independent. Here I am, just 6 months out of Birmingham. I'm sober and working. Thanks to the facilities I had access to on the inside. I'll never have to go back to my old life of stealing cars and burning down charity shops. We absolutely love hearing the way our neighbours and team members have been able to become your stories. Do let us know your stories. You can do this bit, Stacey. You can do this bit, Stacey. Give it a try. Come on, give it a try. Let us know your stories here at the NNN.
Right, bit of a change of pace coming up here. You'll need to use the SFX buttons for the next segment, but Advance have already selected when and what to use. Simple stuff. Just follow your government orders.
Birthday winners, live from the Shakespeare Theatre, right here in the capital. We're going to hand over to Julia Salisbury. Stacey. Don't think much of her either, Stacey? She's got a lot more going for her than you. Surprising vote of approval there from Stacey. Surprising vote of approval there from Stacey. Let's go live to that.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's Team Awards. Of all the many duties I have as team leader, this is by far pleasant. As I so often say to you, the uneven path is now following the demise of Disrupt, firmly behind us. This is, and I say to you, it's better now. It's better now. I am delighted to be joined here tonight by one of the oldest people in Territory 1. 7 years ago. Please give a warm team welcome to Alfie Tagbatcher. So, Alfie, you must have seen so much in your lifetime. What have been some of the highlights? Alfie? Is he alright?
His hearing aid isn't turned on.
Turn it on? Did you turn it on?
He says it drains the battery.
Tell him that we'll buy him a brand new battery after the presentation.
Yeah, he says that's fine then. And I will help him with that. Yeah. And I will help him with that. Yeah.
Sorry, if you would. Can't get the staff. Sorry, can't get the staff.
We got it.
Yeah.
We got it.
So, Alfie. What? Alfie. 7 years old. You're 107 years old.
Oh, don't bloody remind me.
Would you like to tell the audience what that's like?
Where is everybody?
Out there, in the dark. Out there, in the dark. It's not just the ears. Bless him. It's not just the ears.
Who are you? Who are you?
I'm Julia Salisbury, the Prime Minister. Who are you in?
No,
I really am.
Who are you in?
No, I really am the Prime Minister.
You're a woman.
Women can do anything men can do these days. Women can do anything men can do these days, Alfie.
Can you piss?
I can't say I've ever tried.
No, I didn't think so. Not too much. 2 sugars, please.
Shall we get to the awards, Alfie? I'm not sure we have enough time left now for that.
When I was 9, I wanted a pet, so I asked the Mam and Pap. There was no entertainment then. We made our own entertainment out of coal and frozen. So they got it. It weren't a dog. They told me it weren't a dog. But it was a stone.
A stone?
Yes. So I called it Pat, which was a popular name for a dog back then. On account of the king having I decided to introduce two pretty little girls who lived up the road.
How romantic.
Threw my dog in the river. I decided I'd never marry. That was the day I decided I'd never marry.
And that's the secret to your long life.
I've been married 7 times. Divorced? 3. There was a mix-up with number 3. I'm just lucky. Yes, I'm just lucky. Are we going back to the home soon?
Soon, Alfie, and we're all here. Let's turn to the reason we're all here. The weekly Territory 1 Team Awards. First up tonight is a lady who really knows how to put in the extra hours. She works at a transition centre in Handel Bambleby, and she has single-handedly allowed more families to unburden each other than any other nurse in Territory 1. She'd have been locked in the uneven path. She'd have been locked up. Tonight she is being honoured as a team player. Please welcome Daphne Smithster. Give her a medal, Alfie. Just give her a medal, Alfie. There's a good boy.
And don't let it steep too long. I think you're supposed to give me one of those.
There he goes, look. There he goes, look.
Can't get the arms up any higher. Can't get the arms up any higher than that. You'll have to go down.
Thank God those fractious times are behind us. Thank God those fractious times are behind us. Now the territories are right.
As the actor said to the bishop.
Yes, thank you. I've got it from here.
Well done. Well done. Now, open your envelope and find out what you've won. Now, open your envelope and find out what you've won. Back there. She's stuck with the one who hold back there. She's stuck with Peter's homemade apples cake.
Got it. I won a holiday for two in Territory 15. San Palmerino, didn't it? San Palmerino, didn't it?
I believe it did. Yes.
Easier to remember.
We're all one nation now. We're all one nation now.
Isn't it still in a minute?
Miss Snister, everyone. Miss Snister, everyone.
Oh, what about my change? I've been in these wildrooms for 3
We'll get to
days
that,
now.
Alfie. We'll get to that, Alfie. Next up tonight is a couple from Rocky Start losing their families. After a rocky start losing their families' ill-gotten gains to the Assets and Wealth Act, really embracing up a new future, setting up a community farm and petting zoo in their local area for all the local. And Lobelia Jackson Randy Gannett.
When I was in the trenches, I had pals from way up close. He was from way up north. Understand? He weren't his best mate. But he weren't his best mate.
Should we just grab them ourselves?
And his best mate was Smudger A. Little Eric, Unstable Eric, of course. Unstable Eric, and of course, Leggy Sister. She had a boy's name, so they shipped it to the front. First girl any of us has ever seen. They all are dead now. Smudger and Scotty. Fiddly never made it home. Fiddly got shanked in Frankworth prison in Ireland over Holly's years. You got a fatal scratch yourself.
Alfie, great contribution. Otho and Lobelia.
Dartford Law School are well, but we discovered that we're actually a pairing. We would never even own a pairing. So we decided to do something about it. That's the type of people we are, you see. Advantage of a private education, probably.
Well, let's see what you've won. There's no time. So, let's see what you've won.
Yes, but before we do, there's something
Every citizen of the new future has my ear. Every citizen of the new future has my ear.
Power, you took Winterbarn's came to power, you took all of our wealth.
Look, quite literally in my case.
I
used to collect shirts.
Might as well have the rest of it. Too might as well have the rest of it.
Oh God, not again. I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Fannies and the news are not good bedfellows. Keep those flappy bits off my channel, Alex.
And you are?
You tell her, girl. That's my wife, you know.
You can't be satisfied, it isn't right. We used to have little red horses. They had the best red horses. They did the best red ones well. And now you've forgotten two Mendicants, one removal dog called Kenneth, and a rooster that won't bloody shut up!
Can we get this over quickly with, please?
As the actress said to the bishop. girls on the black shirt. Everything was black and white. Visit, of course. We'd visit the penny arcade and try to win a block of lard to take over the family. You couldn't buy lard in those days. You had to win it. It was so boys were boys, girls were girls. Boys were boys, girls were girls. Everyone else was recruited by the services. There were loads of them with their big with their big tents and their candy floss. Near the music. Drifted over the pipe organs. Drifted over the nearby fields. Magical sound. Used to call it the most magical sound in the world. This was before she lost. She loved applause. She loved applause. Did you ever go to the circus? Did you ever go to the circus?
What's that, Alfie?
The circus. Just a teapot. Just a teapot.
Well, that was an unexpected dose of naked nostalgia. Unexpected dose of naked nostalgia. Some people simply can't let go of the past. Enjoy and that's why I look enjoy and fervent admiration at the younger generation. So and with fertility falling throughout the territories, fabulous new generation. Value our fabulous new generation now more than ever. Winner tonight is a go-getter who really went and got him, helping to root out more than 170 disrupt collaborators in his own neighbourhood. Since then, he's gone to be a senior organised project leader and organised all of the entertainment at last year's Camp Cooperation. Our final winner tonight, Edwin Neverlay.
You should be in a transition centre, you old non-private. It's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you. It's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you, Martin. We're very similar.
Well, I've never been much of a role model.
You have saved this country. Prime Minister, you have saved this country and domestic. You have fought enemies, foreign and domestic. With my own tiny lists of ours. With my own tiny lists of ours.
Open the envelope and find out what you want. Open the envelope and find out what you want. Maybe it'll be a fist enlargement.
A year's internship as a behaviour coach at Weston. Let's show the fools where they went wrong, eh? Let's show the fools where they went wrong, eh?
Well, actually, betterment is about rehabilitation.
And if they were absolutely and if they were reintegrate, just like you, re-retaliation, just like you, and liberation. Thank you for this award. Thank you for this award. David and report David the non-cohesive. Report the non-cohesive. Be a team player.
That concludes tonight's award fair. Join me next week when hopefully things will be a lot more normal. Back to you, Megan.
Prime Minister Salisbury there at a highly eventful team award ceremony. Any thoughts on
The
this
nurse
week's
was
winners?
fucking scary. The nurse was saggy and scary. The preteens were saggy and that lose his virginity. Will never lose his virginity.
Succinctly put there. After the break, we'll be going live to a star-studded premiere. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back. On the red carpet tonight. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back.
Oh, Alex, what's that? You're off already? I know you had to take the day off work for Junior, but... Oh, I see. No luck still with Theodore. I'm so sorry, darling. Of course. I'll speak to you later. Oh, Alex. Completely forgot what I was going to say. Blasted all. Still, I'm lucky to have her.
Lil D.
Mask. What are you hiding inside your heart? Ooh, mask. What are the secrets of your recent past? How well do you know your neighbor? How well do you know the people down the
Hippity Bob.
So much better. So much better. You gotta go to better man. So much better. So much better.
Warrior Warble Tongue.
I'm better than you and you're better than me. We
the new future. In record shops across the territories from Friday.
Welcome back. Stacey's still here.
Welcome
Wishing
back.
she wasn't.
Stacey's still here.
Wishing she wasn't.
And in this segment,
Thanks,
we're
Stacey.
delighted to
And
have sent
in this
Robin
segment,
and
we're
Patrick to the
delighted to have
movies.
sent
Yes.
Robin and Patrick
Tonight
to the
is the world
movies.
premiere
Yes.
of the
Tonight is the world premiere of the Automated, starring Lawrence Blunderclatch and the late.
Alright, we're gonna end it here. Excuse my voice. But yeah, we did good. Thank you very much, everybody, like always.